Welcome back. If you can build up enough speed for this, you can roll right through here and get another ring. Hey, no one said these things were hard to get. I will admit, the GameCube controller was not meant for this type of game. In fact, the only controller nowadays that really would have been, within the last 2 generations of consoles, that would have been decent for these 2D type of games, especially ones that require these type of controls, would probably just be the PlayStation controller. Only because the control pad's right there, and the analog sticks on something like this would just be bad. I mean, no offense to anyone who likes using analog or control sticks for this, but it just doesn't seem, it doesn't really feel right to use that, because there's no tapping. It's immediate. But that's just my take. Oops. It's the same reason, well, actually I can't really say that, because I actually used to play this all the time, and did actually some of my fastest runs with like Sonic 2 and this one, using a keyboard. But yeah, it's the same thing with like using a keyboard and mouse. I don't really see how you can play something like this on using a keyboard or anything like that, because that just doesn't feel right, to me anyway. Oh man, I'm not gonna get it that way. Dang it. That was dumb. I should have jumped over that last speed. Oh. I thought about it while I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't sure how many more I had to go. Now, in terms of actual story, I will happily say that this definitely feels the most story-filled of the original Sonic games, but that's not really saying much, because considering the stories for the Sonic games have never really been, you know, all that special. That said, this one in particular, it's not too good. It's just, you know, get to Robotnik. I refuse to call him Eggman, by the way. Get to Robotnik, have fun. Ooh. Once they included Sonic and Knuckles, that's sort of, in my opinion, where things got good. Where you could safely, you know, where it became, you know, obvious that there was a story, and not a half one. I'm talking about like a full-fledged story with drama and whatever else makes a good story. Oops. Whee! Hang over here. Yeah, let's just let me back there. Yeah, see how quick a lot of those things where it's too high for you to reach, even with this electric thing, which actually gets you the highest of Sonic, in Sonic 3 anyway, can actually be gotten into by using Tails. But, because, oh god, I hate this stage. I don't know why, but this stage is always the hardest to me. But using Tails in this game, as opposed to Sonic 2 when he was first introduced, you could actually latch onto him when he was flying and use him to get you to places you otherwise wouldn't be able to get access to, such as that, where you could fly up. I mean, that's not to say that you can't get access to that part as Sonic. I mean, obviously I was able to get back through backtracking, but I'm talking about actually, you know, conserving time and stuff. Using Tails can sometimes be beneficial in that sense. So let's skip over here real quick, grab these so I can get all the rings from them. In case you hadn't already figured out, the way to turn these into rings is you basically have to make a square, and then anything that's filled in, including what you've walked over, will be turned into rings, if that makes any sense. So basically, if you have a square of at least 9 by 9, I believe, or 9 by 9, 3 by 3, like here, then you will turn them into rings if you go around the edge. Sweet. It's not often that I do perfect there for some reason. It's not often that I beat that one, actually. This game you can actually be really... Aw. Oops. Oh, enough. This game, like I said before, you can't really be too fast on, only because it was the slowest of the three first ones. In fact, I'd go as far to say is that in terms of speed and the pacing of the game, Sonic 2 was probably the fastest, followed by Sonic 1 and then Sonic 3 last. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Ooh, wait, special stages. Haven't shown any of these yet. Just a little mini game. You want to try and collect anything you can. Rings. This is mostly used. You can sometimes get 1-ups and stuff, but for the most part, you're just using it for either these power-ups or maybe a couple more rings. Ooh, dang it, don't want that. Oh. I can't remember if that's the only minigame in Sonic 3, or if there's another one. Anyway, runtime. This is a pretty neat effect, if you don't know how to break it. Because, if you fall back, I mean, you get hurt, so you have to keep running. But it is possible, like if you have special power-ups or something like that, you can stay back there and you never take any damage. It sort of ruins the immersion. But for the most part, that's actually a pretty cool effect. Get back in here and you can see him flying by. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. I'll give him credit. I should have... Oops. That was dumb. Can I get that back at least? Sweet. Yeah, let's go and get back over there. And this time not lose this. Because if I have this, it makes... Sorry, it makes fighting Robotnik a lot easier, let me tell you. I'm not sure what this ship is exactly. I don't know if it's something Robotnik built, if it's something else. I don't know if it's a later stage. I'm not 100% sure because it seems like it's kind of small. But oh well. Uh-oh. I could have hit him one more time, but I wanted to be cautious. Really? 8 hits. All it ever takes to beat Robotnik. That's it for this episode. I'll see everyone on the next one.